Hi, I'm Andrew Bogue, and this is Medix on the Spot, virtual edition. Yes, Medix on the Spot has gone virtual. That's why I'm reporting to you today live from the comforts of my home here in Chicago. Now, the way we work is rapidly changing as the world changes around us. More and more employees are becoming acquainted with working from home, and there's no difference for job seekers. Increasingly, those of us looking for work are being asked to take part in virtual job interviews rather than coming into an office. So, we thought it would be fitting to interview Medix teammates virtually to get their best job interview advice for the online setting. Check it out. I know this is a tough one, but can you please tell me your first name?
My first name is Cordelia.
Yeah, first name is Zeke.
My full name is Suleiman Masambuko.
Okay.
My friends call me Sue for short, and it's a nickname that I've had since I played football growing up.
Well, thank you so much for joining the show today. Typically we like to, get up close and personal, have interviews one-on-one. Obviously, we're not able to do that now. So we figured since communication is going virtual in so many ways, including job interviews, we should do the same thing with our show and host our interviews virtually. When you're not working from home, what is the Medix office that you typically work out of?
I work out of the Dallas office.
Our Midwest offices.
I work out of the Scottsdale office.
Great. And what is your job at Medix?
Yep, I'm the National Director of Delivery for our clinical research product line and our scientific product line.
Well, I'm a part of the IT division here at Medix.
I am our Regional Director of Recruiting over our Midwest offices.
What would you say are the biggest differences between in-person interviews and virtual interviews?
I think the biggest difference is the way that you go about preparing for the interview. When you're in your home, it might feel like it's more casual, but ultimately you want to still have the facade, at least, that you are still in person.
You feel just a little bit differently in your home. You're a little bit more comfortable than being as alert as you would be when you're in an office.
Just sitting there with the non-verbal behaviors that someone would be so likely to fall back to whenever they don't have the right way to articulate something, or they feel a little bit uncomfortable. Those things are a little bit more suppressed through a screen than they would be in person.
What would you say is the most common mistake the job seekers make in a virtual interview?
Sometimes you're just inherently a little bit more comfortable at home.
A mistake that can be made is simply, what is the setup? What is the scenery? Like, what is the kind of scenario around you?
Make sure that you're just technically sound is definitely a big technical issue that I've seen with interviews.
So we've talked about, I suppose, a lot of negatives, things to avoid, some worst case scenarios for virtual interviews. But what would you say is like one of the best things that you can do to help a job interview?
To not only have distractions limited, but also out of the equation when it comes to being able to focus into the individual that you're speaking to or the individuals that you're speaking to.
It starts from everything from how you dress, so making sure that you show your personality through your dress, so making sure that you have your best outfit on. Don't cut any corners when it comes to the virtual side of it.
I think it's super important to be engaged, to still remain that eye contact and let the person that you're interviewing with or people that you're interviewing with, kind of complete their question, complete their thought, show that you're engaged and listening to understand rather than listening to respond.
Now I'm going to take it up a step even further and ask, can you condense your best advice into 7 words or less?
Try to be as professional as possible.
Have a strong internet connection.
Dress to impress and no background noise.
Hey, you did it. Way to go. Well, thank you so much for joining the show today, Cordelia, and for sharing this advice.